Right, hello. I've been putting this off a lot, but I'm just going to give it a go. My name is Kai, or as you like to see, Sausage. I don't know why I'm called Sausage on YouTube. What I'm going to try to do today is to read to you this creative story I have written. So yeah, I am an acting student. I like to try to do creative stuff. And I'm just going to post this because I want to and no one can stop me, really. Before I start, I just wanted to say, shake it El Nanny, shake it El Nanny. If you don't get the reference, then get to know. So how I started this story is I got four random things. I can't count. No, it is 5. Fuck you. Right, so I got a random object, a random emotion, a random number, a random date, and a random colour. Out of that, I tried to paint a picture of a story, because I do struggle a little bit with writing, so I hoped this would help my writing skills, whilst also getting a nice little story, possibly. So yeah, I hope you enjoy, and I challenge anyone else to try this. There's a good little website on the old Google, which will help you, and that's where I got mine from, but here we go. Here goes nothing. So my random object was a spoon, not as in the position in bed. The random emotion was scared. The number was 117. The date was the 22nd of the 7th, 2005, and the colour was light blue. So once you get that, I just try to start writing. I just came up with these characters and their backstories in my head and try to incorporate the random objects and colours and emotions. It does help you with framework, to be honest. And I think I'd probably, if I was to create any more, I probably would keep this framework. It does allow, because I was trying to do it just without the random stuff. But I was just sat there looking at a blank page for a while. So yeah, it gives you a little stimulus. Anyway. Enough of me jabbering. Here's the story. 2 schoolboys are eating their lunch as quickly as possible, like they haven't seen food before. One is in their school full uniform, light blue jumper, shoes and trousers all seeming worn out, whilst the other is the same but only in his school shirt and no jumper. They are visibly worried about something as they have a speed to their eating, and that one boy is eating his yoghurt so fast his spoon might actually heat up and start bending. The lunch hall is quiet as you can hear the anxious boys swallowing. They have been held back after 4th period, the lesson before lunch, by the headmaster for setting up the toilet paper on fire in the library, and only have 5 minutes to finish their food before the next lesson. James has brown hair and is normally very good at school. James's favourite subject is English, and he loves to read in his spare time whilst he plays video games when he can. Normally quieter than average, James is brought out by a shell by Robin. As they eat, an overwhelming sense of Lynx Africa is brought on by the boys as they get so many gift sets from James's nan and granddad for Christmas. Chewed fingers are visible on James, whilst his neatly combed hair is one strand out of place from rushing to lunch. His mates call him Moz, like Mozart, as he's always composed, started reading books at 5, but mainly because he's shorter than most in his year. Moz plays the piano to a high grade too. However, he hates it as he was teased at a younger age by the bullies of his year, but Robin ensures that no one ever says anything bad towards Moz now. Robin is Moz's bodyguard and best friend, watching out for any predators as he scoffs the last of his fridge raiders. His excited, constant bouncing of the knee shows his balled-up energy as it leaks through. He always wants to be on the move, and this shows his passion for sports and exercise. Unlike Moz, Robin struggles a lot in school and normally gets told off and sent out by the teachers for his lack of empathy towards other students. He does get on well with one teacher who understands him and has sympathy for him, Mr. Greenwald. Mr. Greenwald is the teacher's geography teacher. Mr. Greenwald is the school's geography teacher. The study of places and relationships between people and their environment was not Robin's first choice for learning entertainment. However, he is focused in Mr. Greenwald's lesson, unlike any others, as this is the one lesson where he feels respected and safe. The school lunch hall looks like a prison canteen. Paint starting to peel off. Lunch workers needed some enthusiasm and a shave. Other inmate students always seem to want to hurt you or rob you. The main difference from school to prison is in prison one doesn't obtain many friends, and these two boys were as thick as thieves. As they have finished their grazing and quickly scuttle to their lockers, Moz turns to Robin and pleads, You've got to tell them. We didn't mean it. My parents will kill us if they find out. Moz rarely gets into trouble at school, as you can hear the fear in his voice. But he was best friends with a veteran of the war versus the teachers in Robin. Robin was nonchalantly taking his PE kit out of his locker 117 as he turns to Moz and sees his beady kitten-like eyes nearly filling up with tears. He calmly and collectively puts his hand on Moz's shoulder and says, Don't worry, brother, I'll take the blame. As Moz's posture corrected like a weight has been lifted from him, Robin turns and thinks about the consequences he would have to face. However, it was all worth it as Moz saved Robin many times before. Robin and James live in the same house after Robin's parents tragically died in a car crash. James ensured Robin's safety and comfort for the 4 years he'd been living with them. Robin's parents, Mandy and Lee Freeman, were out in a sunny afternoon as the calendar would read the 22nd of July in the year 2005. Robin was 10 at the time, coincidentally enough, around James's for an old school sleepover where they'd smash an ungodly amount of sugar and stay up late watching films they were too young for. They were driving over the green hills of Park Street around 1:15 p.m. when a car from a near bend hit them, head on, whilst going 60 miles an hour. Unfortunately, they were gone on arrival. The silver lining in this is that Moz has been there for Robin, and he's been like a father figure to him, trying to lead him through school and allowing him not to drop out because of bad behaviour. They're lucky they've got each other, because without each other, Robin would have nothing. So yeah, bit of a sad ending, but that's the kind of start of my story. I kind of took elements of my own life and pointed it into that, but with the creative side of it, you've got to use your imagination. I think with the younger generation and with the tablets and the screens that we all have, none of us use our imagination enough. However, if you are creative, it is a vital aspect that you have to have in it. It's how you create characters, it's how you create moods and scenes. So, yeah, this is just to try and test my writing skills, my imagination myself, because I get lazy, but it's all about making sure that you push through it, and any free time that you have, you don't just waste it watching bloody Countdown, or actually Countdown's alright, at least it's good for the brain. Supermarket Sweep is what I meant. That's a god-awful show. But yeah, if people like this, and I'd love to do more of them, it just keeps me active, especially over the Christmas period where a lot of people can get stuck in their own brain. So it's nice to push that brain out onto something creative. So I hope you like it anyway. Cheers.